Something exploded behind the scenes, and sources say this wasn't your typical Braxton family fallout. What started as a tense confrontation between Towanda Braxton and Tamar Braxton allegedly spiraled into a heated showdown after explosive rumors surfaced involving Sean Hall. Witnesses claim tempers flared fast. Voices echoed through the room. And before anyone could calm things down, the situation reportedly became so intense that people nearby feared it was about to turn into something much worse. Some insiders even claimed discussions about calling law enforcement were suddenly on the table. But what could possibly push two sisters to that breaking point? Because if the whispers making their way around Hollywood are even half true, this goes far beyond family drama. This is a story of alleged betrayal, hidden tensions, and a shocking accusation that may have changed everything.
Towanda smelled like an onion sandwich. She did. She washed her armpits. She's okay now. Yeah, she smells good now. I got a wife that smells like onion burger a little bit. But you good now. You washed up under there and everything. We good. She took a quick, what they call it, a whole bath.
At first, it didn't look like a situation that would explode. From the outside, it seemed like another chapter in the ongoing tension fans have watched for years. The uncomfortable exchanges, the growing distance, the unresolved issues that never truly disappeared between Tamar and Towanda. But according to people close to the situation, something changed when new rumors involving Sean Hall started making their way through private circles. Nothing had been publicly confirmed. No receipts. No official statements. Just enough speculation to make people start asking questions. Sources claim Tamar allegedly tried to clear the air once those whispers began gaining attention. But instead of easing the tension, the conversation reportedly made things even worse. Insiders say Towanda wasn't interested in explanations. What began as a difficult discussion allegedly turned into a heated standoff, with emotions rising and neither side willing to give an inch. And then came the moment that has everyone talking. Witnesses describe a sudden reaction. A move that instantly shifted the energy in the room. The kind of split-second moment that makes everyone nearby stop and pay attention. The atmosphere reportedly changed immediately. People who were there say it no longer felt like a normal disagreement between sisters. It felt personal. It felt explosive. And most importantly, it felt like years of frustration may have finally reached a breaking point. No one involved is publicly confirming exactly what happened. But one detail keeps showing up in every version of the story. Whatever happened in that room, it was serious enough that nobody walked away treating it like an ordinary family argument.
I have an amazing, wonderful man who provides for me financially, emotionally, mentally, and I just appreciate you, honey. Thank you.
You're welcome, but you know what? You do have to work because there's no way. I
don't have to. I want
to. Yeah,
to.
but your insides make you do it. Like you're not gonna sit there and just get your nails done, get massages all day. That's not happening. Not the Towanda that I know. I don't care how much money I got. You're not gonna sit at the house and do nothing and go shopping all day.
To understand why this situation allegedly reached such an explosive point, you have to look at what was happening long before the confrontation. Because according to insiders, this wasn't about one rumor or one uncomfortable conversation. The tension had reportedly been building beneath the surface for quite some time. There were small moments that didn't seem important at first. Comments people overlooked. Interactions that felt a little strange. Changes in behavior that were easy to dismiss until viewed through a different lens. Sources claim Tamar and Sean allegedly shared a series of exchanges that, individually, appeared harmless. Nothing obvious. Nothing concrete. But as time passed, some people began connecting dots they hadn't paid attention to before. The timing of certain conversations. The growing awkwardness in certain interactions. The subtle shifts that didn't immediately stand out but became harder to ignore once rumors started circulating. And that's where things reportedly became complicated. Because questions surrounding Towanda and Sean's relationship were already floating around before any of this surfaced. Fans had pointed to moments where Sean's demeanor seemed unusually cold or dismissive. Others noticed instances where Towanda appeared noticeably cautious while speaking, almost as if she was carefully measuring every word before saying it out loud. On their own, those moments didn't prove anything. But once new whispers entered the picture, people started revisiting old clips with an entirely different perspective. And suddenly, details that once seemed insignificant were being viewed as potential warning signs.
amazing guest who
Yeah.
showed up and who wanted to be president,
Facts.
following the rules with their phones and
Yeah.
posting all
Yeah.
the important things. And, we just wanted to say thank you to everybody. Dr. David Johns, we said that. This is in our goddaughter.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Trina, Tony,
Yep.
Miss Charlotte, thank you to everybody. And shouts out to our son Brax, who
Oh,
graduated from the Navy. He couldn't
Hey.
make it.
By themselves, none of those moments seemed explosive. But when people started putting the pieces together, the picture reportedly looked very different. And that's when even more rumors began surfacing. Questions about money, decisions that allegedly created friction behind closed doors, the growing divide between Towanda and certain members of her own family. And somehow, Tamar's name kept finding its way back into the conversation. Sources now claim that as these separate issues started colliding, a much bigger narrative began taking shape. Not something anyone could prove, not something anyone publicly confirmed, but enough to make emotions run dangerously high. Because according to insiders, this may have stopped being about whether the rumors were true. It may have become about something far more personal: trust, respect, and lines that were never supposed to be crossed. From Towanda's perspective, the mere suggestion of certain boundaries being violated may have been enough to trigger alarm bells. And once those suspicions took hold, people close to the situation say the atmosphere changed completely. Conversations became colder. Tension became harder to hide. And what had once been private frustration reportedly started turning into open conflict. By that point, insiders say it wasn't a question of whether a confrontation would happen. It was only a matter of when.
The difference between Tony and Tamar is that Tony came to us first and say, hey guys, LaFace wants to sign me. How do y'all feel about it? With Tamar, it wasn't like that. She didn't come to us and tell us, hey guys, I have an opportunity. It was nothing like that.
As soon as when I found out about it, she tried to sugarcoat it. And how did you respond? It wasn't good.
According to Tamar, Towanda started acting weird towards her.
You didn't know that she was hurt.
No.
No idea.
I knew at the time when I got my solo deal, because they stopped speaking to me.
What did you think was going on?
I didn't know. I think they were just upset at me for moving on.
Because we always did everything together.
It looked like she's isolating herself or having to isolate herself. And since she has been with Andre, it seems like it's been worse.
And then, according to insiders, the moment everyone feared finally arrived. The confrontation that had allegedly been brewing beneath the surface for weeks could no longer be avoided. Sources claim it began with a direct conversation behind closed doors. No cameras, no producers, no family members stepping in. Just Towanda and Tamar face-to-face, carrying weeks of unanswered questions and growing frustration into the same room. Insiders say Towanda wasn't looking for more rumors. She wasn't interested in speculation. She wanted the truth. Clear answers. A clear explanation. Something that would finally put the whispers to rest. But according to sources, what happened next only made things worse. Rather than shutting the allegations down completely, Tamar's alleged response reportedly left room for interpretation. It was careful, measured, but not definitive enough to erase the doubts that had already taken hold. And that's when everything reportedly changed. The mood shifted almost instantly. The tension that had been simmering beneath the conversation suddenly moved to the surface. Voices allegedly became louder. Accusations became harder to ignore. And every sentence seemed to add more fuel to an already dangerous situation. Witnesses claim the discussion quickly stopped feeling like two sisters trying to resolve a misunderstanding. Instead, it reportedly became a battle over trust, loyalty, and years of unresolved resentment. By that point, insiders say neither side was truly listening anymore. Both were reacting. Both were emotional. And the confrontation was rapidly moving toward a point where nobody knew what would happen next. If the confrontation finally ended, the noise may have faded. But according to insiders, the fallout was only beginning. Because moments like that rarely end when people walk away. They follow everyone involved long after the room goes quiet. Sources say the emotional weight of what happened lingered heavily in the days that followed, turning an already complicated situation into something even harder to navigate. And that's where things allegedly became even more divided. Insiders claim Tamar has been struggling with the way the story is taking shape around her. From her perspective, certain assumptions may have gained more attention than the actual facts, creating a narrative she reportedly feels powerless to stop. The whispers kept spreading. The speculation kept growing. And with every new conversation, the situation allegedly became harder to contain. But according to sources close to Towanda's side, the issue was never just about gossip. It wasn't simply about what people were saying. It was about what those rumors represented. Trust, loyalty, and the fear that certain lines may have been crossed without warning. Insiders say that once those concerns took root, the emotional reaction became almost inevitable. Because whether the allegations were true or not, the damage had already started affecting how people saw one another. And now, both sides reportedly find themselves trapped in the aftermath of a confrontation neither can easily move past. Publicly, very little is being said. No dramatic statements. No major interviews. No public attempts to clear the air. But privately, sources claim the tension remains far from resolved. Meanwhile, fans are beginning to notice changes of their own. The missing interactions. The unusual distance. The silence where connection once seemed effortless. And as many longtime observers know, silence can sometimes create more questions than answers, leading to the fallout. Because regardless of what really happened behind closed doors, the damage may already be spreading. Sources say public opinion is becoming increasingly divided. Some believe Tamar has been unfairly pulled into a storm fueled by speculation, assumptions, and half-told stories. Others feel Towanda's reaction didn't come out of nowhere and may have been the result of concerns that had been building for much longer than anyone realized. Either way, one thing is becoming impossible to ignore. People are looking at this family differently now. Not just as sisters dealing with another disagreement, but as individuals caught in a conflict that appears far deeper than anyone first thought. And once those kinds of questions enter the public conversation, they're almost impossible to erase. Especially when nobody involved is giving clear answers. As of now, none of the major claims surrounding this situation have been officially confirmed. But the tension? According to insiders, that's very real. Because if even a fraction of these reports are accurate, this wasn't simply another family argument. This may have been the moment everything finally boiled over. And perhaps the biggest mystery isn't what happened during that confrontation. It's what happens after it. Will one of them finally break their silence? Will new details emerge that completely change the story? Or will this become another chapter quietly hidden behind closed doors while the rumors continue growing louder? Only time will tell. But one thing seems certain. This story is far from finished. And the next revelation could change everything. Before you go, let me know what you think. Do you believe Towanda's reaction was justified, or do you think Tamar is being blamed for something bigger than the truth? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy deep dives into celebrity drama, hidden tensions, and the stories making headlines behind the scenes, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next.